Hello, everyone. Hello, friends. Are you able to see me? If you are able to see me, just say hi. I can see a lot of comments. So, a lot of people have joined. 158 people have joined. Amazing. Santosh, hi. Bhagya, hi. Hi, Bhaskar. Durga, hi. Viresh, hi. Wow. So many people. So, this is my first live session, friends. Hi, Ashmit. Hi, Kasi. Hi, Bhargav. Wow. Oh, I'm not even able to read the comments. Hello, everyone. We'll wait for a couple of minutes for more folks to join and then we'll start. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. Amazing. So we've got 241 people joining. Hi, Gaurav. Hi, Pradeep. Hi, Ritesh. Hi, Milin. Awesome. This is really great. I'm really excited to see you all, friends. I hope I'm I hope I'm audible. Perfect. Oh, 361 people joining. Great. Let's wait for one more minute and then we'll start the session. I'm doing great. I hope you all are doing great. I hope it's not too early. It's 11:30 in the morning. I know it is Sunday. So I am a morning person, so I get up early in the morning. I hope I did not disturb your sleep. I do smile. Yeah, I do smile. I thank you for 100K. This is something I really never imagined in my dream. 100K subscriber at that too so early. So it's just, I mean, I've been very honest with my video. I'm doing a lot of hard work. I'm putting almost 10 to 14 hours a day to create great content for you folks. So thank you for supporting me. Amazing. So we've got 593 people. Amazing. So, friends, how we will do is I have already asked a lot of questions. In the picture that I posted, I asked for your comments, and I've got a lot of questions. Unfortunately, I won't be able to pick all of them, but so what I've done is I've tried to combine a lot of questions so that I can cover as many as possible. Right? So I think we can get started. We'll take first question. So there are a set of questions. So Ashok Nagori has asked how to retire early and factors deciding financial freedom. So this is a common question. A lot of them have asked. Sandeep Kumar Ghosh has asked, need your detailed presentation on financial freedom. Raj Kumar has asked, what are some habits we should inculcate from age of 18 for better life as well as better money management? And Saptgiri ji has asked, my age is 35. I want to become financially free by 45. Right. So a lot of people want to know how to achieve financial freedom. So first thing first, friends, I want to tell you that stock investment is just one aspect of our life. The entire idea is to achieve financial freedom. Right. So what exactly is financial freedom? Let's talk about it first. So the financial freedom is about, you do not want to work for the money for the rest of your life. I'm sure many of you, nobody would want to work for rest of your life just to earn money, right? So financial freedom is a state where you don't need to work for money anymore, right? You may still work, but not with the intention to earn money. So you're comfortable financially, and that is the state you call financial freedom. So how many of you want to achieve financial freedom? Can you tell me how many of you want to achieve financial freedom? Right. Um, so what exactly is financial freedom? I've already mentioned. So how to achieve financial freedom, right? So friends, I have got a framework for financial freedom. When I started after my MBA in 2015, the entire idea for me was to achieve financial freedom. because I never wanted to work for rest of my life. So how did I achieve my financial freedom? I tell you my story. So I have created a framework. I call it IOIM framework. What exactly it is? So first I is increase your income. Second is optimize your expenses. Third is invest your money. And fourth is manage risk. Now, what exactly is this? So you need to follow all these four points: increase income, optimize expense, invest money, and fourth is your manage risk. How to increase income? So, friends, this is very important. You got to increase your income, no matter how much you save. At the end of the day, what is important is you increase your income. For that, you got to upgrade your skill set. You got to learn things that are in demand. For example, in my case, I had no clue about video making, right? So when I quit my job, I realized, no, this is one skill that I really need to have, right? So I did that, right? So you got to figure out ways to increase your income. Now it could be via second source of income, which is again very important, right? So we don't want to depend upon single source of income. So try to figure out second source of income, right? So that is one way. You got to increase your income. Second is you got to optimize your expenses. Now, what is that? So, friends, I know many people who basically earn a lot of money, right? But the problem is by the end of the month, they're left with nothing. So they're still living paycheck to paycheck. The problem is that they have no clue where the money is going, right? Because they're probably not able to optimize their expenses. So I'm not saying that you should not spend it all I'm saying is you basically need to optimize your expenses, right? So increase your income, but at the same time optimize your expenses, right? And then third is, of course, you got to invest your money. So when you increase your income, optimize your expenses, you end up with money, right? And that you need to invest. And there has to be a balanced approach to investment. Stock market is one aspect. You've got mutual fund, you've got a lot of things like FD, PPF, gold, real estate, a lot of things, right? So you got to make a balanced portfolio. If you are aware, I've already created a video on my balanced portfolio, how I do it, right? So you you got to have stocks in your portfolio, mutual fund, and again, it is not fixed formula, right? So there's no one size fit all. Every person has different risk appetite. Every person has a different financial goal, and it has to be based on person's risk profile and financial goal, right? So you got to figure out where to invest in stock, mutual fund, and we'll talk about stocks. I'm sure you all want to hear about top stocks, top sector. That we will do, right? So third point is you got to invest your money in right ways, right? You got to diversify your money. You just can't invest in one stock or one mutual fund. So you got to diversify your money, right? And the fourth is you got to manage your risk. Friends, it is very important to manage risk. Let's say you increase your income, you optimize your expenses, but if you have a problem, let's say there is a medical emergency and you don't have a medical plan, then you will end up losing a lot of money. I have seen people selling assets, breaking up their investment because they did not have medical insurance, right? So you got to have medical insurance, you got to have term plan, and then one more important aspect is emergency fund. So what has happened after COVID? Many people lost their job. Many people faced a lot of issue in their business, right? And I know people who were left with no money because they never built an emergency fund, right? So you have to build an emergency fund. So to cut short, financial freedom is the entire idea, and that's what I am trying to do to help you folks achieve your financial freedom in life, and it include everything. Someone commented that we are interested in stock. My friend, I am in not just into stock. If you are joining my channel, it is all about money management. It is about living a good lifestyle. And to be really honest, if you ask me, every financial person would talk about money. My approach is different. I just don't talk about money because I feel money is one aspect. There are more important aspects to life, and money is just one aspect. So it is very important to live a good life, right? So you need to figure out how to do that. So I hope you all achieve your financial freedom. And let me take next question from now. All right. So this is again a very common question. This guy is asking. 1 minute. Right. So let's take this. Okay. Top five stock for long-term investment. Now this is a common question. A lot of people want to know five companies. So this question is from Pratipan Chandra Babu. Then Seviko Durado is asking five companies that I can invest on Monday, 8th March at current market price to hold for next 10 years. Then Mike Pro is asking top 10 stocks for 10 years. Then Nilesh Patel is asking which are those stocks where we can invest money blindly instead of keeping money in saving account. Nazneen Sultan is asking how many stock hold in our portfolio. All right. So this is a very common question, right? Top five stock, top 10 stock, right? Everyone want to know. So first thing first, I've already created video on top 18 stock, top 18 large cap, top 10 mid cap, top 10 small cap, and I'm not sure how many of you are aware, but I have created a complete live tracker on my website where I've listed down 150 plus stock, and it is all free. So those who haven't registered, I would request you can visit my website and check there. I have mentioned all the companies sector by sector. Now coming back to the question, top five stock, right? So yes, I will talk about valuation as well. So top five stock, if you ask me, I would say pick one top company from each sector. Let's say in banking, if you want to go with HDFC Bank. In FMCG, if you want to go with HUL or Nestle or Britannia. All three are good, right? Then in IT, I would say TCS, Infosys, right? These are top companies, right? And then in chemical, there are a lot of good companies. I've already mentioned Deepak Nitrite is a great company. Then Pidilite. So when you invest in top stocks, right, try to think about this. What is the business model? Identify if the stock has got a monopoly in the market. For example, company like IRCTC, it has got great monopoly. Company like Asian Paint it has got great monopoly, right? So identify companies that have got great business, great monopoly. Try to pick one company from each sector, right? Then let's take next question. Is it wise to invest in always rising stock like Dixon, IndiaMart, Apple, Deepak Nitrite, etc. now, or wait for correction in the market? If we wait for correction, they may fly away. So is SIP a good idea in these stocks? Right. So this is a common question. I'm sure many of you would have already invested in companies like Dixon, Apple India, India Mart, Deepak Nitrite, and many of you would be thinking to invest. So can I know how many of you have invested in these companies like Deepak Nitrite, India Mart, Apple? The problem is that these companies, I agree, I totally agree, these companies are at higher valuation, right? But the point you need to understand is when to enter, right? Because today you might feel that these companies are at higher valuation. So what to do? In that case, I would tell you my approach. So what I do is I pick I invest small amount of my money and then I wait for it, right? Then there can be two cases. So I don't, first of all, I don't wait that okay, I will wait for this company to come at this level. No, I make an entry into the stock, right? And then I keep a track. If the company goes up, then I see if it is continuously going up, then there must be a pattern, right? So I try to periodically invest my money, right? And if the company goes down, then also I invest. So the better way to invest in these kind of companies which are ever growing is via your systematic investment. You can't simply expect to invest when the company is at the bottom. Ideally, everyone would want to invest when the company is at the bottom and exit when the company is at the top. But that doesn't work, right? We never know what is the bottom of the company, what is the top of the company, right? So you need to make sure that you invest, and if the company is really good, if it has got great potential, then you got to invest systematically in it, right? So this is my advice. Next question is this is from Sudhir. So Sudhir is asking how to find the stock is overvalued or undervalued. So this is a very common question. I know Vineet. So Vineet is also asking, is low PE good or high PE for purchasing a stock? Then Madhusudan is asking how to check valuation. right? I'm sure many of you would want to know how to invest, how to understand the valuation of a company, right? So one way is, so there are, by the way, multiple ways to do it. Okay, you have got DCF, discounted cash flow method, to identify the intrinsic value of the stock, but that is not that simple because it takes a lot of time and there are a lot of assumptions. I personally like to use PE ratio. So what is PE ratio? It is price to earning, right? At the end of the day, the price of the stock is linked with the earning. If the earnings are increasing, the price should also increase. And that's what you have got, PE ratio. Now the problem is, if a company is doing great, then people are willing to pay more price, right? There would be more demand. So the price would increase. And what will happen is the valuation of the company will increase, right? So the company can become overvalued. And this is what is happening in current market. If you see, most of the companies, good companies, are in overvalued state. Now, how to check the valuation? So you need to check the PE ratio of the company. First thing, you need to check the PE ratio. Then what you need to do is you need to compare that PE ratio with the median PE of that company in last 3 to 5 years, right? So you need to see whether that company is currently trading at a PE higher or lower than the 3 to 5 year median PE. And by the way, all this information you can get online, right? So if the company is trading below its median PE, then you can say that the company is undervalued. And if it is trading above its median PE, 3 to 5 year median PE, then you can say it is overvalued. You can also compare the PE ratio of the company with the industry PE. So that will also give you a good understanding. Now, having said this, let's say a company is really good and its valuation is on higher side. Now, what to do? Companies like Apple India, companies like, lot of good companies, India Mart, they are available at higher valuation. So, what to do? Like I said, follow a balanced approach, invest systematically, don't just try to time the market. So to answer the question, how to check the valuation, use P ratio, compare the P with the 3 to 5 year median P, and then you can figure out. And if you are following my fundamental analysis video, I keep doing that, right? I keep checking the valuation and I keep comparing with the P ratio of historical 3 to 5 year. There's something called PEG ratio, that is price to earning growth. This is again very important. I would request you to research it. It will be difficult for me to explain everything, but friends, I am going to put a video on the how to check the valuation. So both PE and PEG ratio, I am going to do it in near future, very soon. So I'll create a separate video on that. All right, next question is, um, how to select a particular mutual fund, not just category, and what are the factors to consider? All right, this is again very important, how to select mutual fund, right? So I keep hearing that, I want to invest in good mutual fund, but how to do it? So how to do it? You first need to figure out the category, right? You want to invest in large cap, mid cap, small cap, and that would depend upon your financial goal and risk appetite, right? So once you identify the category, I don't want to get into that detail here. The specific question is about how to pick one mutual fund from each category. So for that, you need to make sure that that particular mutual fund is able to beat the benchmark. Friends, this is very important. A mutual fund should be continuously, so here I'm talking about active mutual fund. An active mutual fund should be continuously able to beat the benchmark. If that is the case, then you can invest in that active mutual fund. Otherwise, like I keep saying, index fund is a great way to invest. You have got Nifty 50 and index fund, Nifty next 50 index fund, and you have also got ETF, where you've got Nifty Bs, then Nifty Junior Bs, right? So there are a lot of ETF funds that you can consider which invest in Nifty 50 and Nifty next 50. All right. So let me take next question. Next question is from Sanjay Gandhi. He says, my kids are 8 and 6 year old. How should I teach them first? Importance of saving or importance of investing? Also, please suggest the right age to teach them this. All right. So it is very important to teach your kids about money management. So should you talk about saving or should you talk about investment? Well, I would say start helping them understand the power of compounding. So once they understand the power of compounding, automatically understand why it is important to invest. And once they understand the importance of investing, they will automatically start saving. So help them understand power of compounding. Once they understand it, they will automatically start saving. So this is my answer. All right. Next is a combined question. Again, a very popular one. So this is from Sujata. She's saying, I would like to know what are the top 10 industries or sector in India that can be able to grow about 20% CAGR for next 10 years. Similarly, a lot of people have asked, Nitin is asking, sector-wise stock to add in your portfolio for long-term investment. Then Venu Babu is asking how compounding is related to stock market. So a lot of people want to know what all are the hot sectors currently, right? So let me answer this question. Top 10 sectors. What all are the top 10 sectors? First sector, I would say digital. See, friends, digital is the future. It is very clear. It is just 20 years since we have got internet. The physical world existed thousands of years, right? So the next few thousands years are going to be digital. And the best part of digital system or digital sector is that it is very asset light sector. You don't need to invest a lot on infrastructure, right? You got to invest in technology, and the best part with technology is that it is scalable. Today, when I create a video, I use a technology and I can reach anywhere in the world. That's amazing, right? So India is focusing a lot on digital. Where our government is focusing on Make in India, Digital India initiative, right? So digital is one sector I feel has got great potential because it has got the future, and it is very asset light sector, right? So there are a lot of companies, for example, in IT, you've got TCS, Infosys, HCL, then you've got Mindtree, you've got in small cap, if you ask me, in IT, you've got Happiest Mind. And then in technology, you've got a lot of companies like Affle India, right? So there are a lot of companies in technology sector as well that are using technology, and that is one technology, digital sector, digital and technology. Second, I would say chemical. Chemical sector is on fire, friends. The biggest theme happening currently in all over the world is China plus one. This is a big trend. China plus one. Everyone is looking for an option of China, alternative of China. So after COVID, especially, the entire supply chain of the world got disrupted, right? So what to do? What to do with that? So people are finding alternatives of China, and especially this India is one alternative that is going to grow at a very good rate. So there are a lot of great companies in chemical sector I've already identified. You know, you've got companies like, for example, you've got Pidilite, Deepak Nitrite, Alkyne Amine, right? You've got so many companies in chemical sector, right? So that is second sector. Then you've got pharma. Pharma is on fire. Has got a great future. So that is third sector. Then I would say banking. So banking is backbone of every economy. If economy has to grow, banking sector has to grow. There is no alternative, right? You've got great companies in banking sector, especially companies like SDFC and Kotak Bank, right? So banking is next sector. Then if you ask me, I would say FMCG. FMCG is amazing, right? FMCG is amazing because no matter what, we will not stop consuming food. No matter what, we will not stop consuming things like, soap, shampoo, all of these things. So companies, look at companies like HUL, Nestle, Britannia, amazing business model. They are earning a lot of money, right? And company like Nestle has got so much of market share. For example, especially in their products, Cerelac, it has got almost 96% market share in baby food category. So look at companies like this in FMCG sector, great companies. Then I would say sector like manufacturing. Friends, Indian government is focusing a lot on manufacturing, right? So what is happening is Indian currently manufacturing contributes around 17% in India's GDP, and they want to increase this contribution to 25% by 2025. Now look at the kind of increase the government is looking for. Government has already started a lot of incentive policies. For example, they've come up with PLI scheme, that is production link incentive. Friends, I'm soon going to post a video on PLI scheme. Just stay tuned, okay? Because there are 13 sectors government has identified where they've allocated 2 lakh crore rupees. and this is going to boost the manufacturing sector a lot. India has already started a campaign of Make in India, Nirbhar Bharat. So government is pushing a lot on manufacturing sector. Companies like Dixon Technology, Amber Enterprise, GMM Pfaudler, they've got great future, right? So then manufacturing is one. Next, I would say automobile. Amazing. Look at the electric sector, the way it is growing, man. Next 10 years is all about electric, right? There are great companies doing a lot of things. And I've already created a video on electric vehicle. There's an entire ecosystem being created, right? From battery manufacturing to charging station to your car manufacturing, bike manufacturing, everything. And you've got great companies, right? Government is already doing a lot of incentivization of electric vehicle, right? So you've got great companies. You're in battery, from battery, so entire ecosystem. If you look at it, right, this is a great sector. I am highly optimistic about the bright future growth of electric sector, and automobile is going to grow very fast, right? And the entire ecosystem, not just the car or bike manufacturing, like your companies like Hero or Bajaj Electric, not just that. You've got an entire, for look at this Tata Motor. Now that we are talking about Tata Motor, I specifically want to mention about the entire Tata Group. Friends, one key aspect that we need to understand about any company is the management of the company. Management is, for example, the chairman is like the anchor of the ship. So if the management is strong, company has got a bright future. And guess what? Who is leading the Tata Group currently? It's N. Chandra. He's the man behind the success of TCS. TCS today is among top three biggest company in India, and now he's leading the entire Tata Group. And look at the way TCS has Tata Group has transformed, right from, and look at the ecosystem they've created in electrical system, right from your battery manufacturing, where you've got Tata Chemical, to your power. Tata Power is into infrastructure. Your Tata Alexi is creating softwares for electric vehicle. Your Tata Motor is on fire, right? So I believe there's a there's a bright future growth prospect for Tata Group. So electric is one sector. In automobile, again, you've got great auto component companies like your Endurance Technology, your Motherson Sumi, great companies. I see bright future growth prospect for these companies. So then you've got, I've covered my automobile. Then I would say piping sector. Piping sector is again has got a great future. Just think about this. Indian economy is transforming. The entire infrastructure is transforming, right? So earlier there used to be the pipes were all metal pipes, right? All corroded, and so now they're replacing everything with plastic pipes, right? So you've got not just that. The government is focusing on sanitization, water supply, and all of these things require plastic. The pipes, PVC and CPVC. So companies I've already covered in one of my analysis. There are great companies in piping sector. Astral Poly is great. Prince Pipe is an upcoming bright company I see, right? Then Supreme Industry is there. So piping sector is great. Then next sector I would say electrical, right? Electrical sector has got great future. See, think this way. Electrical is again, it falls under FMEG. That is fast moving electrical goods. So there's a lot of focus on infrastructure building. And we will need fan, light, AC, tube light, everything, right? So that has got great future. Then cables and wire sector. Companies like Havells, Polycab, Phenolics, again, they are doing, so think this way. Our economy, when they plan to do a digital transformation of the economy, right? How to do it? You would need wires, right? So wires is again going to be very important for that. So I feel it is very important. This sector is going to be a great sector. And apart from that, there are a lot of companies which are not specific to a particular sector. For example, IRCTC. I think it has got a great monopoly. It has got a bright future. Then you've got financial services companies like NBFC, if you take Bajaj Finance, great company. Then you've got SDFC Limited, Bajaj Finserv. So these are great financial services company. And then you've got insurance sector, SDFC Life, SBI Life, great future, right? So all of these companies are great. And I think I have more or less covered most of the sectors. I don't think I probably might have missed few sectors, but if you want to see entire detail, I would request you to visit my website. I've already created a video on it. I've already tried to cover all the great companies. And Friends, please, one thing, a lot of people ask me about penny stock. If you have seen my previous video that I put on Friday, I've already mentioned, please do not just go with penny stock based on the share price. A share at rupees 5,000 can still be undervalued as compared to a share worth rupees 10. A share at 10 rupees can still be overvalued. So don't just look for penny stock, because greed is one factor that is the biggest culprit in stock investment. You should have a long-term perspective of investment. And like I said, trading and FNO, I believe that it is something that you need to have good expertise on it before you do it, because I have seen many people losing money in trading in FNO. So if you have the knowledge and understanding, then only you should do. And a lot of people ask me, what is the target price? I honestly don't do all of these things. For me, fundamentals are most important. I look at a lot of factors. And for that, I have got a lot of questions about the fundamentals of the company. So the lot of people have asked me that how do you read the stock, right? How do you What are the sources of your study? So today I am going to reveal how do I do my research, and I'm sure everything is available on internet for free. So I do my research from the annual report of the company. That's it. So annual report is the key source. Of course, there are a few tools that I use, but annual report is the most important aspect, because that's where you get all the information. But my friend, it is almost 200, 300, 500 page old. I mean, it has got 200, 300, 500 pages in annual report. So it is not possible for every person to read it. I spend a lot of time because I'm a big fan of Warren Buffett, a big follower of Warren Buffett, and he keeps doing this. He keep reading, and there is no alternative to knowledge. If you want to invest in stock market, want to make money, you got to have conviction in the stock that you invest, and for that you need to have knowledge. There is no alternative, and that can only come from reading, following good videos, good channel, and learn things. So once you understand how to pick quality stock, you will not ask, tell me about this, tell me about that. You will automatically learn how to do it. So this is my way. I read the annual report where I get every information. Now the question is how to shortlist a company. This is again a very common question people have asked. How to shortlist? So people are asking, is DMart overvalued? Well, I don't know. I need to do research on DMart. I remember a lot of people were talking about DMart a few years ago, and suddenly nobody is talking about DMart of late, because friends need to understand this. DMart is in the business of retail, although now it is into e-commerce, but it is facing a lot of challenge, lot of competition from the online players, right? So it is not going to be easy. But having said this, DMart has a great business model. It has got great profitability, very good margin as compared to competitor. And but the problem is, can it sustain the growth? See, at the end of the day, the most important aspect is, are you able to sustain the growth? We have got Dixon Technology, we have got great companies, right? But can they sustain this growth? Currently, I believe the market is an overvalued state. I've already created a video. If you have seen it, you would know the P ratio of the market. So in that situation, I would suggest, don't invest all your money in the stock market blindly. Try to have a balanced approach. Invest systematically, right? Try to pick quality stock. Do not just keep searching for hidden gems. All right. So there are already a lot of companies that I've already talked about. Next, let me take question on books. All right. So Saidu, Atul, Santosh, they are all asking me about the list of good books that I have read. So good books, I would say first is The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. So Benjamin Graham is the guru of Warren Buffett, and he is also known as father of value investing. So I would strongly recommend friends read that book, The Intelligent Investor. You might find it boring. I am sure many of you would not be into reading, but the best way to gain knowledge is via reading these books. Slowly try to read it, but capture the essence of that book, or you can probably find videos on that book, right? So that book is great, The Intelligent Investor. Second is Rich Dad Poor Dad. Can anyone tell me how many can anyone tell me how many of you have read Rich Dad Poor Dad? Well, lot of people, okay, ITC, they are talking. All right, I'll talk about ITC. All right. So, can anyone tell how many of you? So most of the people are interested in stocks, right? So, by the way, I don't do a lot of technical. I am more into fundamental analysis. I am a long-term investor. I believe in picking stocks that are fundamentally strong. So, a lot of people have read Rich Dad Poor Dad. Very good book. I would just suggest every one of you to read that book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Then, third book, I would say, One Upon Wall Street. It is by Peter Lynch. Again, a great book. So these are the three books I would say you should read. I have personally read them. Then, if you talk about ITC, well, a lot of people want to talk about ITC, right? So I believe that ITC is a great company. First thing, right? Now, at current level, it is undervalued. If you look at the movement of HUL between 2000 to 2010, it has hardly given any return. But since 2010, look at the way HUL has grown. I believe ITC is in that position where it is building its base. Friends, it is very important to understand the most important aspect in in retail sector or FMCG sector is the infrastructure or your distribution network. So distribution network is the backbone of your FMCG. And look at the infrastructure or distribution network ITC has built. Today, ITC has its presence in every hook and corner of the country, right? Their cigarettes are available everywhere. Now, what ITC is doing, it is going to use that distribution network to sell its product, FMCG product. And friends, it is already diversifying its product portfolio. You would find a lot of new products in FMCG sector, and this is one sector within ITC that is growing at a very fast rate. So currently, ITC is pumping money in brand building, in consolidation, in new products. But I think if you stay invested in ITC for next 5 to 10 years, there's a great future. Well, what next? Tata Power, Tata Steel, everyone want to know about them. Like I said, one thing is Tata has got a very bright future because it it is in hands of great management like N Chandra. So Tata has got great visibility. The only thing is, personally, if you ask me, I like to avoid investment heavy sector. So try to understand it like this: any sector that is investment heavy, like Tata Steel or Tata Power, it requires a lot of capital. For as a matter of fact, you can take Adani, right? So he's doing great job in terms of building the ports, infrastructure, airports, right? So he's doing the solar power, everything. But these sectors are investment heavy sector. The problem is that you got to generate a lot of money, you got to borrow a lot of money to fund your investment, and the returns are not that high, right? I personally like to invest in companies that are investment light, or sectors, companies that have very low investment, which are mainly based out of technology, right? So I like to have low asset light companies, not asset heavy company. Having said this, I think there's a bright future for all Tata companies, but I personally like to have investment in asset light sector. All right, let me check next set of questions. What is that? I've already covered. So, what all are the sources of research? Like I said, annual report is the key source. Then I take information from screener. Then you've got ticker tape. Then you've got a lot of other things. Then Bala Subramaniam is asking, is market going to crash in near future? Well, honestly speaking, I don't know. And to be really honest, nobody knows if tomorrow market is going to crash or the market is going to increase. Anyone who says that market is going to go at this level, at that level, I think person is fooling you. This is my honest opinion. Nobody knows. Even if you ask Warren Buffett, he would not know what is going to happen tomorrow. But I have already created the video on, is stock market overvalued. So what is happening is, unfortunately, our Indian market has a lot of dependency on foreign investment. So foreign investment would again, so basically that is your FII, foreign institutional investment. Now a lot depend upon their money, whether they are going to pump more money or take out money, right? If they are going to pump more money, market is going to increase. If they are going to take out money, market is going to fall. In that case, what to do? I've already told that it is again linked to the printing that they are doing in US. Because of COVID, there was a lot of unemployment in US. So government, their Fed has pumped a lot of money. They've printed a lot of money. They've lowered down the interest rate. Due to that, there's a lot of liquidity. But recently, what has happened? The yield rate has increased in US, and that has impacted the overall investment of FII. So they've recently pulled some money, right? So in the future, what will happen? That Fed would have to eventually increase the interest rate so that to curb the inflation. So once the economy will open up, there will be very low, there's already very low interest rate. So people would spend money and there will be an increase in inflation. And due to that, Fed would eventually have to reduce the interest. Sorry, Fed would eventually have to increase the interest rate. Now, in that case, there's going to be a lot of challenge. FII might pull out money and there could be a correction. Having said this, what is the right approach to do investment? Invest systematically, invest periodically. Do not try to time the market. Nobody can time it, right? So this is my view. And let's take next set of questions. Where would you see Yes Bank after 2 years? Well, Yes Bank. What can I say about Yes Bank? Everyone knows, right? What happened with Yes Bank. And I think probably it is one of the most talked about stock. I've seen thousands of videos about Yes Bank. So what do you want me to say about Yes Bank? I personally believe that it is too early to comment about Yes Bank. That is first thing. Now, after the restructuring, it is looking like it is in safe hand. A lot of banks have come up to help Yes Bank. The biggest asset with Yes Bank, I feel, is the franchisee model that they have built. They've invested in technology. They've got a great franchisee where they've got great branches. So technology is their key. Now SBI has entered into it, and they're trying to increase. In Yes Bank, they obviously want to increase business from Yes Bank. So best thing that what they have done is they've kept business and risk separate. Please try to understand this thing. This is what they've done. The management, what they've done, they've kept business and risk separate. So what happens is in business, if you want to increase your business, obviously you sometimes end up taking more risk. But this time, company management board of director has been very, very careful, and they've kept risk as separate. So it doesn't fall under the business category of the CEO, right? So company is very careful. Company is trying to reduce the risk and of course increase more investment in the bank. They're already coming up with 10,000 crore. They want to raise 10,000 crore. So I think it is going to be a long journey. It is not 1 month or 2 months. Okay, it is going to take time, right? Next, about IDFC Bank. IDFC first, I think great future. I've already included it in my top 10 small cap. P. Vaidyanathan, who is leading this bank, I believe he has got a great capability to lead the bank. It is slowly transforming into a retail bank from wholesale bank. So again, that is a very plus point about it, right? Then wow, it is going too fast. It is really difficult. Sorry, I need to check my this. I need to do it from the comments that I've received. So next question I'll take. What would be that only one stock which you would like to hold for your whole lifetime? All right. So one stock. If you ask me, it is very, very difficult for me to answer. Because the problem is, earlier I used to think that let me invest in these stock and forget about it. But honestly, it doesn't work like that. We have seen with Yes Bank what has happened, right? If you blindly invest, so you can definitely invest, but you got to track it. It is not that you can just invest and forget about it, because we have seen what happened with Yes Bank. So one stock, if you ask me, I think banking is great. I think HDFC Bank is great. Then if you ask me more, then I would go into FMCG. Then I would probably pick TCS. So yeah, these are the stocks I would pick. Because why I would tell you why I don't want to blindly invest, because the thing is management is very important. So if tomorrow the management changes, like what happened with Infosys, So after Narayan Murthy, he stepped out. A lot of new people came in, and then it was not easy for Infosys to transform because, for example, Vishal Sikka joined Infosys in between, and at that time Infosys tanked because Vishal Sikka had a vision which was not able to trickle down, and Infosys was already too big, right? So it is very important to identify what is the management of the company. If tomorrow the management change and the new leader is not that competent, there is going to be problem, right? So that's what my thought about investing blindly. You should invest in quality company, but keep a track of it at least periodically, so that if there is no such problem about, like, what happened with Yes Bank or lot of stock like Kingfisher Airlines and like that. Next is what next? Lot of questions. Somebody is asking about the public sector, right? So there are a lot of public sector companies, great companies, SBI Bank, Bank of Baroda, BPCL, and a lot of companies, right? So the problem with, I personally feel, is with public sector is you need a very dynamic management. You need to have a lot of investment in technology. So I don't know a lot about that, because if you look at banking, I feel HDFC Bank or Kotak Bank are much well placed in terms of management, in terms of technology, in terms of profitability as compared to these public sector. So I'm not a great fan of public sector. Having said this, the public sector is currently in a very undervalued state, right? So next common question that I keep hearing is between growth stock versus value stock. What to do, right? On one side, you've got companies like Affle India, Dixon, GMM Fodler, Deepak Nitrite, growth companies, growing fast, high earning, but available at high valuation. On other side, you've got companies which are public sector companies like Bank of Baroda and these kind of companies which are not, which are more of value stock, I would say, because their valuation is very low, right? Or companies like in FMCG sector, right? So what to do? Growth versus value. What is the best option? I would say, I have already mentioned, I am a grow well investor. I try to keep a balance between growth stock and value stock. And I would request you to follow that kind of approach. Have growth stock in your portfolio, also have value stock in your portfolio, right? All right. So, chemical sector, I've already mentioned, there's great scope, right? And one question I want to take specifically from 1 minute, I just need to search it. So this person has asked me this question a lot of times, but I was not able to reply. uh, I just missed it. Where is it? This person, I'm not able to find it, but his question is about companies like Kaplan Point, Trident. So I'm not really sure. So I had a look about Kaplan Point. It is looking nice. Trident is looking nice. Like I said, textile is one sector government is focusing a lot. So I think Trident is looking good. And a lot of people are asking about IRCTC. IRCTC is very good, right? And financial planning, I have already mentioned, friends, it is not just about one stock. I would strongly recommend have a balanced portfolio, invest in stocks, mutual fund, also diversify your investment, be it in real estate. As a matter of fact, I would request you to invest in investment where you can save tax as well. So a lot of people want to save tax, right? Now, how to do it? There are a lot of options to save tax. For example, you have tax saving FD, you have TPF, and you've got a lot of things like but my personal favorite is ELSS fund. So they are the kind of mutual fund which can give you good return as well as help you save tax, right? So I would suggest going with ELSS fund. Sorry, this chat is going too fast for me to read it. I'm not really. So Suzlon Energy, I don't know. I'm not a great fan of Suzlon because it has been a well destructor, very investment heavy. It might transform in future, but for now, I've already identified more than 150 stock that you can consider for investment, and Suzlon do not qualify to be in that list. Sorry. Um, what next? But yeah, Tata Consumer, again, great company. The weight has grown amazing, right? So again, I don't have lot of time. It's already 12:20. We probably have 5 more minutes. Again, I want to tell you, friends, about the IPO that we are seeing currently. There's a lot of hype about IPO. Currently, this MTAR has been subscribed 200 times. I mean, it is a good company, but look at the hype, 200 times subscription. Everyone want to make quick money in IPO. So please, friends, not every IPO is good. Analyze the valuation, analyze the fundamental. I've already started doing IPOs, right? I'll try to make it more regularly. And one person suggested if I can start the quarterly analysis of stock. So I'm soon going to start. Give me some time. It is too much for me. I'm already working 10 to 12, 14 hours a day. I've got a team in place. Things needs to normalize. So I'm going to start a lot of things. I've thought of a lot of other series that I can start for you. And the quarterly analysis is one of them, where I would do a quarterly analysis of stocks, right? So HUL, if someone is asking, great company. I've already mentioned HUL. You can invest blindly. It is already there in my list of stocks that are blindly where you can invest blindly, right? Tata Power, I've already mentioned. Man, this is going crazy. Gold, you can invest. Friends, invest in digital gold. Don't invest in physical gold because they have got very high making charges. You've got option like sovereign gold bond. So in sovereign gold bond, you also get additional 2.5% interest from government on top of the appreciation in the gold price. Although it has got a lock-in period of 8 years, but sovereign gold bond is great idea for those who want to invest for long term and diversify in digital asset like gold. And the best part is this is not a physical gold. There's a copy that you will get, and there's a guarantee from government. So it is a very safe instrument. And the best part, like I said, is got additional interest of 2.5% year on year over and above the appreciation in the gold price. What else? Adani, again, not a huge fan. Sorry, but the problem is it is too much into investment heavy sector. I like to invest in asset light model. And what else? Whoa, this is going too fast. Bajaj Finance, I've already mentioned, great company. But friends, please understand this. If there is going to be a correction in the future, one sector that is going to feel the heat would be the financial sector, because in future there could be a case where people, due to COVID, people might default on their payments to these credit card companies. And so be careful with banking sector. At present, I would say the hot sector, if you ask me, it is IT and technology, healthcare, pharma, and your FMCG is, again, it is a evergreen sector. So IT and technology, pharma, and chemical. These are three great sectors to invest at current position. Having said this, I feel there's a strong growth potential for Indian economy. It is going to grow at a very fast rate. I've already created a video why it is going to grow. We are a young country. We have got entire population is, we have got a 1 point what one 130 140 crore people. So just imagine the kind of consumption we can have internally, right? Government is focusing on make in India. Government is focusing on Atmanirbhar Bharat. So it is not just internal consumption. It is going to be an, we are going to supply the world. So I think there's a great future for our country. We are already going digital, be it your banking, where you got UPI payments, be it your e-com sector, be it your telemedicine, be it your online digital education. I think future is digital. Future is very bright. Invest in Indian economy. That is the best thing you can do. What else? Bonds. Again, I want to touch base quickly on the debt mutual fund. A lot of you have requested me to create video on debt mutual fund. I'll soon make a video on debt mutual fund, which is again very important, right? Again, yes, Tejas Network, somebody asked. So Tejas Network, I would say, with this PLI scheme, government has a lot of focus on telecom and manufacturing of those things. So I think it has got a good future. I'm soon coming up with a video on Tejas Network. So basically on the PLI scheme, which also include Tejas Network, right? What else? Bandhan Bank. Okay, so I think good future for Bandhan Bank. Again, good future, but start slow. Don't put lot of money. It is going to take time. It is. I think it is at lower valuation at current level. So yeah, Bandhan Bank is looking good. IRCTC is great. There's no problem with that, right? So these are the stocks I've identified. I've identified the sector. This is the first go live of me. This has been a great experience. I'm really sorry. There are a lot of chemical companies, friends. I've already identified companies like Advanced Enzyme, your Fine Organics, your Alkyne Amine, Deepak Nitrite, Great Future. Um, but sorry, really sorry. I apologize. I'm not able to reply every one of you. I'll conduct more of these live sessions in the future, and we'll take it there. I mean, I'll again ask you a lot of questions. I'll filter down. I would request you to ask the question there itself, so that I can pick top questions, and if required, I can combine questions so that it is easy for everyone. And there are 1,600 people who have joined. It's amazing. I mean, I never imagined this kind of response. Thank you so much, everyone, for supporting me. As I said, I am not into lot of money making. My goal is to spread knowledge with honesty, and I will not. I'm already getting 10 to 15 email per day for brand promotion. I am not going to promote any random brand. I will only associate with company where I really believe in and product that I really use. So this is what it is from my side. Um, Thank you so much. We'll connect I'll let you know when we are going to connect next time. Thank you so much. See you. Bye.